So, for those of you guys that don't know, I've been doing an au pair series here on YouTube that basically just talks about how you can become an au pair, a step to step guide. And in today's video, I am going to be sharing my personal experience, right? So, hey there, guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I go by the name of Koketo Muluzi. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I share the different kinds of opportunities that there are out there. I share online opportunities, local opportunities, and international opportunities. And in this particular video, I am going to be sharing my own personal testimony of how I became an au pair in Italy as a South African girl using aupairworld.com. I'm going to be talking about how it all started right up until the end, where I actually go to the country and how my experience was like in the particular country, right? Now, back when I was in grade 9, I had a friend, and the friend had a sister, and she had come back from the USA, and she was a pair there for I think for 2 years. And when she came back, she told us all the stories of how her adventure was like. And one of the things that is really interesting about this particular story, and what attracted me to her story, is that she was a black girl just like me, and she had come from the same school as me, and she had come from the same background more or less as me. And that was something that was really important to me, and I think it's a very important element of the story, right? Familiarity is very important as humans, and we only believe that we can really do something when we see one of our own, or people that look like us in color, or from the same background, or from the same educational backgrounds, right? And for me, that was when the seed was first planted in my head. Fast forward to grade 11, I then asked my mom at the time, because obviously that's the time where people are starting to plan their lives and stuff. That's when I first kind of asked my mom, hey, how would it be like if I became an au pair, and I went to a foreign country for a certain period of time. And at the time, my mom was like, hell no, because first of all, I'm the only child. Second of all, our parents are a little bit obviously not as exposed as we are in terms of these new things, right? So for her, it was like, why would you want to do that, you know? And she, at the time, she was like, hell no. And yeah, so I was like, you know what? Even though she had said no to me, I carried on doing my research because I was convinced it was something that I definitely wanted to do. And as a black girl, I had always had the dream of traveling to a foreign country, and just kind of going out of my country. So I then went on and did my research, and I finished my matric year, and that was that. So obviously throughout the process, when I was asking her, she would say no, 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 and stuff. Now in 2018, I that's when I started to study, right? I registered with UNISA, and were so in 2017. So guys, I matriculated in 2016, right? So in 2017, I was working the whole year. In 2018, that's when I registered with UNISA. I registered for a BA in Communication Sciences. And for me at the time, because I honestly, to be really honest with you guys, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, let alone what I wanted to study. And everybody was kind of just telling me what they wanted. And at that time, I was honestly not sure what I wanted. I was very confused and just in a bad place in general. And so I registered for a BA in Communication Sciences to just kind of when you're just trying to be like, okay, look, I really don't know what I want to do, but let me just do something for the sake of doing something, for the sake of doing something. So yeah, I registered for that, and then got accepted, and I started to study. And throughout the whole time, to be quite honest, I was applying for other things as well, because I was hoping that it would just kind of remove me from this miserable cycle that I'm in. Because here I am studying something that I'm honestly not passionate about, let alone not even I didn't even know what I'm going to do with that degree. Where could I even apply? I had no clue what I was going to even think about doing, right? So I started to apply for au pairing, right? So basically, how I then kind of reconnected to being a pair was I was on YouTube, and I came across a video of some girl who was also black and had gone to au pair in Italy, and she was talking about her experience. And I felt like the universe, guys, must be telling me something here, okay? Like, look, I keep on getting things that kind of just feel so familiar. It just kind of felt like something that I was just meant to do. Like, it just kind of felt like that it was just a part of my purpose, you know. So I applied for it, and she had used the website opairworld.com. So I used that website. What I liked about this website is that you can register for free. So obviously, I registered that, and I got access to the families, right? And then I started to talk to the different families. Oh yeah, guys, on the website, right, what happens is that you're allowed to choose the kind of countries that you want to travel to. And one of the countries that I chose was Italy, amongst the other countries that I chose, right? And I would speak to the different kinds of family. And then one day I came across this particular family, and they messaged me, and then we started to talk. At the time, I was just talking to the mom, and then eventually the conversation then like kind of moved, and I started to talk to the daughter. And the daughter was 14 years old, and she was really, really sweet. And we just kind of had, like, we had a good connection, so started to talk to that. And then at this stage, this is when I started to tell my mom again that, look, I have started once again applying for pay jobs, and I have found a family, right? Because sometimes when you're doing something, up until you actually show people the results of what you're doing, people don't actually believe in what you're doing, right? Then I showed her that, look, this is how much progress I've made, and she then started to talk to the host, to the host family that I was going to go to and live by, and she liked them as well. My mom liked them as well. And yeah, so fast forward, we all agree now. My mom is on board, and everything is well. I'm preparing to leave, and I went to the Italian embassy to get all my documents, because basically what happens is that they're supposed to give you a letter of like that they are going to be hosting you. Now, the reason for this as well, because my contract was only 3 months, and this was deliberate because I didn't want to commit to a whole year, right? Because like this is like very important to understand that sometimes when you're first starting something, or you're going to Germany or wherever, I think it's advisable for you to take the shortest contract first to see if this is for you. Remember, at this time, I did say that I was quite young, and like committing to something like fully for me was a little bit of a like, I just kind of had commitment issues at the time, so which I don't have now. Which I don't have right now. Now, fast forward, right? I go and I travel to the country, right? Now, all my documents are in order. I've packed the right clothes, and I am so excited, because this is my very first international flights, right? First of all, and then second of all, this is something that I've always wanted to do ever since I was in grade 9, right? So 7 years later, I'm doing what I actually wanted to do. Now I go and I get to the country, and I meet my host family, and everything kind of like the first impression that I kind of got of them, like I got they were very reserved, so yeah, it was, yeah, it's kind of like weird, at first, because that's the honest truth. I hardly know these people, and sometimes that's when it first kind of cracks into your head that, oh my word, I actually don't know these people, But anywho, like we go home, and I remember it was the weekend, right? So I think I had like that little bit of time of a day to just kind of settle in and like pack my room. And yeah, I had a room downstairs. They had a smaller, like cute little cottage where it was just like a bed, and it had a small little kitchen, and a small bathroom, and this cute little lounge area where I could like watch TV and stuff. And that's basically the kind of setup that they had for me. And yeah, I was really, really, really grateful for the experience. And At the same time, I was quite nervous because this was going to be my first time appearing. Now, my main duties, guys, in this whole setting was just to talk English, literally. Because most of the time, whenever we talk about appearing, people and they are not lying. People usually say that they had duties to create meals for the children, clean up after the children, arrange trips for the children and that kind of stuff. And for me, I never really had those kind of responsibilities because it was not needed. And the children that I was like appearing at were much older. And the person that mainly I had the most interaction with was the daughter, because she was actually at an international school, and they spoke English, so most of the time I would be helping her with her homework. And one of the biggest like things that really like made me feel like really uncomfortable and a little bit like kind of weird is that obviously I had a lot of free time. That is one of my, like, in my experience, my journey was like very simple. I had a lot of free time, and then a lot of the times I didn't really know what to do. I honestly didn't know what to do, apart from the fact like after I'm finished like tutoring her, so meaning like this was like about what 2 hours in a day. Then after that I would feel very 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 weird and awkward. And I remember at some time like the family wanted to decrease, like the mother wanted to decrease the money like that they had originally offered me. And obviously I said no, because obviously that's not the agreement that we agreed on, and it's not really my problem because I had stated in my profile that I was open to helping out with small things. So one of my biggest disadvantages like was that the barrier of communication and of the agreements, like, yeah, it wasn't so good at that particular time, and they are blame it on like the way things were. But overall, in terms of like us talking the same language. So I think that got sorted out. It wasn't really like something that was like such a big issue. It was just like for that minor time where she just felt that because I'm only tutoring, but which is a little bit crazy and strange because that was what originally we agreed on. Now it's gonna take me back to my point where I state that it's very important, guys, to draw up an agreement whenever you go and become an au pair. Draw up an agreement. This agreement is really important, and that you guys both sign on it, that both of you guys are actually agreeing on that this is what you're going to be doing. Okay. So yeah, overall, like I think as a black girl, one of the things that I found like to be weird again was that obviously there were not that many black people around, at the place that I was at. So I was in Italy, Bari, and so like the whole time I was there, guys, I did not see more than five black people there. So I remember there was this one time we went for like a family they went for like a family party thing, and I was like, I went with them and I was invited as well. And everybody there was obviously talking Italian. Guys, hey, have you ever been in a situation where you're not sure whether people are laughing with you or laughing at you? The girl was in that position. And yeah, honestly, yeah, I think it's one of those experiences where I realized that it has shaped me quite a lot and has made me the person that I am today, because I'm somebody that is very strong-willed, somebody that is very positive, somebody like I don't let things such as like people gossiping about me or people like put me down. Yeah, I don't know whether you understand what I mean, because I've been in a situation where a whole room full with close to 100 people are staring at me, white people, for that matter, like the honest truth. I'm just being honest. And obviously I'm the only black girl there, and you can see like people asking about me. They're probably like, oh, what's up with this chick? Come by, who is she? But yeah, but that was actually also a very interesting experience. I like this experience, guys, changed my life quite a lot, and for the positive. It has really strengthened me. It has really made me like like so self-aware of myself, because this experience like really, like, it was the first time I like being alone, because I'm the only child, and this was literally the longest I've ever been away from my family. And for me, just like, it was such a shocker, a cultural shock, you know, like the way they do things, you know. So yeah, guys, it was like, it was really like, for me, I would overall just rate the experience about, I would rate it like a 7 out of 10, you know. The three went to all like the weird awkward times, and the time that I felt out of place and that I didn't belong, you know. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that the the information that I shared with you guys today was really like beneficial and informative, and that you kind of found some kind of value that's going to add to your life or going to benefit your experience. If you had to ask me if I would do it again, I did do it again. So because honestly, it was that great and it was that good, and my experience was not exactly awful, you know. So I would advise you to do it, especially if it's something that has always been in your heart. Go for it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Till next time, if you haven't already done so, guys, what are you waiting for? Please do subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Bye.